Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ, and if you haven't been to our channel before, welcome to Stonkaholics. Want to give a quick shout out to anyone in our Discord group that made a killing on this MATIC trade. You can see we've been talking about it since February. All the time, it's been a really popular one in our Discord group. And as you can see from this chart, February 12th, when we first talked about it, we were sitting at 12 cents, almost 13 cents. Since then, we pushed all the way up to $1.90. Give you a general idea of how far of a move that would be, or was. You're talking about almost a 1,500% move on this trade. So congrats to you guys and anyone in our Discord group. So before we get into the new video, I want to go over the two projects we talked about yesterday. Let's take a quick instant replay of what we went over with DOT. Areas of interest for support hold going into the next impulse move are going to be at this $43 range, and then the other one is going to be up here at the $45, almost $46 range. This little area is going to be an area of interest for me. It looks like this could be a nice little consolidation area before it breaks out into the next impulse move. So you can see, based on the previous video, we were holding for a little while on the top support. We've broken down while this market is in a retracement or a minor dip. We're working our way down to the second support line that's still healthy, and we're still ready to make this massive impulse move. You can see price is still holding outside of the channel for DOT, which is great. So we needed this dip just because the STO RSI was in overbought territory, but it needed to go to overbought in order to break out of this channel. So now we're getting our nice healthy dip and retracement to hopefully hold a support before we turn back up and start breaking these all-time highs again. Going to BitTorrent, you can see we are still within this ascending triangle, looking to break, but we're getting a nice support hold right here around the 60 RSI on the STO, and we'll be looking to break our 50 RSI resistance, which can trigger an impulse. Looking at how this is looking, that could be when we break this line and trigger the golden ratio. That's going to be when the 20 EMA crosses over the 200 EMA and we get a massive impulse move that's going to start and trigger this full move. So we're keeping an eye out on BitTorrent, but all in all, we're still in a good buy position. We're still inside of the channel, and we were able to hold support throughout this market dip. So all in all, the two projects we talked about yesterday are looking good. So we're going to add two more projects to the list today. This first one we're going to be going over is Zero Swap Token. If you hadn't heard of this, this is a decentralized exchange that offers gasless fees and zero transaction fees. First thing that I see on this Zero Swap chart that's going to catch my eye is this major support resistance hold. You can see from the beginning of time, this point here has been a major resistance. Price couldn't hold support, so we got to break down again. Once price was able to finally hold support, we got this nice impulse move. It came down on a full retracement, broke out of our fib retracement, going to 100% drop basically from the SR flip area. And now we're looking to find support before we potentially make another move back up, since we've already done it before. Just to give you a little idea, to get back to the all-time high on this one, from current position, you're looking at almost a 235% move just to retest the all-time high on Zero Swap. Now if we were to do a fib retracement from our standard SR flip to the top, if price was to break over this point and find support anywhere up here and actually start its true impulse move, we can see price push all the way up potentially to the 5.6 range. If that is the case and we do get that kind of push, we're looking at upwards of a 500% move, which is pretty insane. You can 5 times this bag. Now the other major point that I see on Zero Swap is we're getting a major trend line right here, also a descending triangle. Now if I extend this triangle, chances are it's going to reach one of these higher points. So you can see from here the trend line is consistent and even goes through that point, which we can do that. But this trend line has been consistent through time, basically early into the year. Let's see, April 2021 was when we peaked. Getting this full motion, you can see that we've been holding support the whole way down, but we haven't been able to break. We're getting to this area right here where price is going to have to decide if it wants to continue to go down or if it's going to break upwards. The STO RSI, you can see, is very healthy. We're looking to turn up. We're a little bit under the 50, which is good because this is under the 50 RSI as well. And we're in bearish on the volume oscillator. So all of that is showing that if we do make a nice impulse move up, it is very possible that we can make one big old move and then come down and find support. Now, if I was to look for a support area before our next impulse move, it's going to be anywhere from the all-time high to this next major resistance point. So anywhere from 2.8 to 3.3 is where I'm going to be looking for an impulse support. If we get an impulse support in here, that's when price can actually push upwards and get into that almost 500% range. And the other one I want to go over is Tezos. I've talked about this one in another video. You can see that we did pretty much fulfill this cup and handle. Now, we did get an impulse break out of here when the market did its correction. That brought the price down, but the handle was triggered on an impulse move. We're finding support on the outside of the handle still if I was to bring this down, and it's on a major support line at the moment that was held previously on the other side of this cup and handle. Still sitting around the 200 EMA, which is a good sign. We haven't had the 20 EMA go under the 200 on the 4-hour chart, which is also a good sign. We're just hoping that this support can hold and begin to push up. Now, a quick little refresher on Tezos in terms of where this can push. If we do get all the way up in our retracement to a TP3, you can see a major point right here is going to be, so this area right here is going to be an area of interest for a major resistance point, as well as a potential support hold for our impulse move. Now, just to get back to that point from where price currently is sitting, we're looking at a 35% move just to get to the top of these major resistances. And then if we get all the way to TP3, we are looking at almost a 2 times move for Tezos to get all the way to TP3 if you were to buy in. If you were to buy in down here and price is able to go up, retrace, and find its way up. Now, the major thing that caught my attention on Tezos, which I want to go over, is on the weekly chart. We're going to remove the drawings for this. Now, you can see on these peaks, we have a little trend that's been accumulating through time, cleaner. So you can see that we've hit the tops of the candles on the bodies through history. This is from April 17th last year. Then we got August of last year going into February of this year. Now coming into June, July, and August of this year. And you can see on a long-term scale, we finally broke this major resistance that we have been able to break on Tezos for the last year or so. Finally getting over and looking for support before we make our next impulse moves. This is why Tezos on a long-term scale is looking great, and you can see the weekly has plenty of space. We're getting the blue line over the red, which is signaling a bullish divergence, and hopefully we're going to get a pull-up or a hold on the 50 RSI support, which will bring us up and test the 70 resistance and hopefully get another impulse move, which is showing tons of space. But all in all, Tezos is looking very bullish, especially from a long-term standpoint. And before we get out of here, let's do a quick long-term for both of them. So Zero Swap is currently only at a $47 million market cap, ranked 588. So if this thing wanted to push, let's say, to a $2 billion market cap, which isn't even going to put it in the top 10, you know, for all sakes and purposes, let's say that we wanted to get to a $5 billion market cap on Zero Swap, which wouldn't even put us in the top 25, I believe. If we're at a 50 million market cap and we want to get to 5 billion, that means that we're going to be making a 100 times move, which can take price from 95 cents to $95 if the market cap wanted to get to 5 billion from where it's currently sitting. Now, that is a huge move, and that's saying that this thing needs to be moving for a long time. We're also kind of getting near the end of the bull cycle coming. So with that being said, Zero Swap has tons of room to grow. Now looking at Tezos, currently ranked 36th at a $5 billion market cap, which is where we wanted Zero Swap to be. So you can see at 5 billion, we would be ranked 36, not even in the top 30, which is pretty reasonable for Zero Swap, especially if they're considering to do all these gasless fees and transactionless fees and all this kind of stuff for their DEX. That's going to be a pretty bullish move for them. And for Tezos, let's say we wanted to get to $10 billion market cap. That's going to be a 2 times move, and that can be done in this next impulse. So we're looking at price a little bit over $10. And if we really wanted to, we could see price push up to the $15 or $20 range on Tezos. If you haven't had a chance to check out our VIP Discord, we're currently at $10 a month. Our $5 a month group sold out, and there's our 48 spots left. The spots go fast, so make sure you jump on that before price goes up to $15 a month on our VIP Discord group. I'm going to throw the link down in the comment section for that. And that about wraps up this video. Hope you guys have an amazing day.